Throne to Love is showing on Onyii Alex TV. Do well to watch. Now it talks about this prince who came back from the overseas and came to bury their father. Now has to ascend the throne. Upon ascending the throne, there were tradition he needed to follow, marry someone from his village, and also make sure that he's able to learn some certain languages that the villagers speak and learn the custom and tradition of the people before ascending the throne. When it comes to marrying someone from the village, which obviously was against his will, he ended up having this arranged marriage to ascend the throne only to terminate the marriage. You guys will love this one. I don't know how I'm going to review it, but we are going to do it anyway. So yes, it features Frederick, Leonard, as well as Onyii Alex. So now let's do the reviewing. Let's start with the character called Onyii Alex. She played Mbechi. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Now, Onyii Alex, this is her movie. She produced this movie. So, she was going to put everything in her account into this movie. Now, her acting, yeah, at least in this movie, her acting was not cringy to watch. There is these other movies where she's acting local and her accent or dialect is always cringy to watch. Here, it was it was the way of how Nigerians speak pidgin, obviously in a local way, but it makes sense. It makes her very relatable, and that I think I like what she did in this movie in terms of how she was speaking the pidgin and acting all innocent. I think I like that she did it really well compared to other movies. Just like I said, you wouldn't know whether she's doing it acting or just doing it in a way because it doesn't really appeal to viewing pleasure is not being met, basically. So I think that was something that I like about her character in this movie. Then her costume, my goodness, her costume was on point, guys. Her costume from when she was being local, when she wasn't the queen yet, everything about her costume was done perfectly. Then also, even her hair, at least now we are getting somewhere with hair as well as costume. Onyii Alex put a lot into this movie. Production wise, I think I like how everybody was put together, especially her costume was so good. Even when she became a queen, the makeup, very subtle, very clean, very simple, but you could see how beautiful her face looked with the makeup, the hair, and then the accessories. Oh, how can I forget the outfits, the customized, queenish or princess outfit she wore. Very beautiful, very, very tailored to her fitting, and nothing was hanging as if they were struggling to have material for the cloth. Very beautiful, very fitted outfit. Costume for Onyii Alex, top notch. Then we talk about Frederick Leonard. Frederick Leonard, I have this hate and love situation with him. Sometimes I'm like, this guy is naughty. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, now here is a little bit dicey because I don't know if it's the script or okay, wait. He's a prince. He has to marry to become a queen. To become sorry to become a king. So why was he so rude to the kinsman and then the woman that was betrothed to him or arranged for him to marry? He did not treat Onyii Alex or Mbachi character with an atom of humanity at all. If not for the fact that she was sick, that was when he was like, okay, well, now that you are sick, let me cover you or let me give you this cool treatment, And Frederick Leonard, I did not like the way his voice is always shaking. I know he has his voice that is like commanding and very authoritative voice, which comes off as sometimes really good, but sometimes also it comes off as if he's reading news, like he's reading the script. He's not, freeing himself to be acting where you can relate or you can feel the emotions that he's doing. No. So most of the scenes in this movie, that was how it came across, as if he's reading his lines to an audience. He wasn't in tune with it. That is how I feel, guys. I don't know about you. Other scenes was okay, but most of the scenes with Frederick Leonard, that's how I felt, and that I don't know what it is. But costume wise, let me even generalize it. Costume wise, here was 100%. Like Onyii came correct when it comes to costume. I don't know whether they shot this movie in a remote area or in Lagos. If this movie was shot in Lagos, then I have to give it up to her. She came correct with the costume. Everything was just on point. You could feel everyone, even the kingsmen. I appreciate it because I know some other production, when they are trying to give us movie like this, something that's not really epic or something like this, they always slack. They don't invest in costume. So yes, that's why I'm taking my time saying a lot about it. I really appreciate Onyii for doing that. Then location. Let's talk about the location of this movie. Oh my goodness, this is the first time I'm actually talking about location as well, because I'm like, where is this house? The house they use as the palace. Oh my goodness, that house was screaming palace. The furnitures, and then the seat. Look, the house was perfect. Then let's talk about the other one of the kingsmen who was giving Onyii out. The house, like the community was really, really, really cool for this movie that they tried to try to tell us the story. The only thing, not the only thing, other things that I don't think this movie came through was that we did not see community members, no gossip, nothing like that. Everything was just like, it makes the characters of the actors circle very, aside the numerous kingsmen that was included, we did not see any other characters outside of that, which is questionable. So you're like, but I appreciate the servants in the house, the servants, the men who were, gate men and bodyguards in the house. Those ones, all those people make it believable that this is actually a palace. That's nice. And then I appreciate the kingsmen also. Each and every kingsman had a line to deliver. You could see that every kingsman or the elders was not mute or was not just a passerby. They had interaction, they were arguing. Every one of them has something to say, which is really, really good, which made it more relatable and fun. That was really nice. Then let's talk about Ada Luli. Oh my goodness. She was funny. I love how she was interpreting her English slash the pidgin, and then of course the Igbo language. I mean, she's Igbo, so her tongue is just flowing when she's speaking the Igbo language, and that is really nice. I like that, and I love her Afro wig as well. That was really, really cool. The only downside is that we didn't see any of her clients that she was talking about, aside the one that she linked to Onyii. We didn't see any of her clients. I would have loved to see, her interaction with one of her clients. That would have made it easy, and then, her father will come and see her with one of the clients. The conversation from there will go. Then the next scene will be the father talking about marriage to her because she's already ripe and having men as clients. You guys know what I mean. So I would have loved something like that, transition like that, but it didn't happen. So that was sad. Then let's talk about Nelly. Oh my goodness. Why did Onyii Alex use Nelly for this movie? Why? Like, guys, it's not every Big Brother Niger housemate that has to be an actress. You guys know that, right? We have talented actresses. Like, why are we using? Oh my goodness. I know Nelly naturally is a very soft-spoken person. I don't know what. No. Even her talking, it was no. I don't even want to say something that some of you will not like. She was the wrong cast for such a role. You know, you have been with your man for years. He's becoming a king. He doesn't want to marry, and that is the best reaction you can give when you're speaking to him on phone. You talked to him, you came and no now. And then what was that interaction from the bodyguards or the servants when she came and they were like, oh King, Igwe, what was that? What, like, it wasn't as if that was the first time he was ordained as a king. So what was that noise for? I really didn't understand. And then at the end, Onyii Alex was thrown out of the palace just because the heart does not want her. Oh my goodness, upon all the lashes and how she suffered in that palace. If not me, I go scatter that palace before I leave. Anyway, it is a movie I understand. So yeah, guys, it's pretty decent, thrown to love, rating it for the location and the attention to detail when it comes to costume. I'm going to give this movie 6/10. Story-wise, I'm not sure about how I feel about the storyline, but I mean, you guys need to watch it so that you give your own opinion about it. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next movie review. You guys know.